What's going on, you all? This is Brother D here, coming back at you with another edition of the Brother D Show podcast. I want to wish everybody a happy new year, and I hope that your year has been off to a great start. So let's jump right into the show. It is now 2023, and today's show we will be talking from the subject, the power of your words. The power of your words. So we've entered into a brand new year, and we're all excited. Hopefully some of us still are, right? But the thing about it is this. We have a new beginning. We have a fresh start. But we have to go into this year with a mentality that says, I have to watch my words. Because there's sometimes we can say things out of our mouth due to being frustrated, due to being upset, due to being in a place where we could just be tired of our same old circumstance, right? And there are times where we can just come out of our mouths and say things we shouldn't say. But let's do something different this year. Let's say, you know what? With that same energy, with that same attitude that I have, let me not use that to come out of my mouth and just speak all these negative things over myself, over my house, over my job, over my family. Let's begin to speak some positive things. So for example, if you were looking for something to change in your money, if you're looking for a new job, so to speak, then you need to begin to declare, you need to begin to speak affirmations, speak positive things over your life. That, you know what, you put in the application, you're going to get the job. If you're looking to start a business, if you're looking to move to another state, you have to get to a point where you speak those things. As long as you know that it's good for you, or that you feel called or led to it, go ahead and speak those positive things over your life. Because a lot of times we can get into a place where we mess ourselves up unknowingly because of the things that we confess out of our mouth. We have to remember that when words go out into the air, they remain in the air. They linger in the air. And it can have either positive or negative effect on us. A positive or negative effect. So let's choose our words wisely. When we make a mistake, and let me give you another example. When you make a mistake, sometimes you might say, oh, that was stupid of me to do, or I'm this, I'm that. We have to stop speaking those things just because we make a mistake. Because there are people on here listening to me. You might feel like you are a perfectionist and that you get yourself so riled up and upset every time you goof up. And you might think, oh, that was so stupid. That was so dumb. That was so this, that was so that. If you speak that long enough, eventually certain things like that are going to happen. So we have to keep in mind that our words have power. Our words have power. Why do you think when somebody speaks something over your life at the age of 8 or 10 years old, that thing, it lingers with you? It stays with you until you are an adult. It can carry over into your adult life. And it can get you to a point where you never really got set free from that. You never got set free from that verbal abuse. You never got free from it. And now you are beginning to act out what somebody else spoke over your life. So that's why it's important to say, you know what? I'm going to counteract that. I'm going to speak something positive over my life, and I'm going to follow it through. Because the more you surround yourself with positive people, I'm not talking specifically about energy, but what I'm saying is when you begin to surround yourself with positive people and positive environments who have a can-do attitude and disposition, and once you begin to speak certain things over yourself and you begin to believe it, before you know it, you're doing it, those things. Before you know it, hey, I'm making progress. Before you know it, you're running, you're skipping, you're hopping, and you're doing well. But when you speak the negative things over your life, it's it's like you just dwell there. You dwell there. And a lot of us can be bound up by what somebody said. We can be bound up by the comments. We can be bound up by the excuses. We could be bound up by all those different things that people gave, even as to why they said what they said. But you can't get to a place where you let those negative words stop you. Because what happens is, if you let it stop you, it's just going to continue to do just that. And that is stop you. But you have to make the decision, and you have to make the choice that you are not going to be stopped by anybody's negative words about you. You're not going to be stopped by anybody's opinions. Because opinions are just that, opinions. You will not let the pain of these last few years dictate how 2023 is going to go. Because we are only 9 days in the year. We're only 9 days in. And that's the thing. You have to make yourself a list of goals and say, this is what I want to accomplish this year. What is my plan for January through March? Or even if you just want to say, what's my plan from January to February? Make yourself a plan. What do you want to do? Where do you want to be? How do you want this year to be different than what last year was? And those are different things that you have to implement and try to keep that trend going. Now, of course, life gets in the way, but let's try to at least write down what we want to do and what we want to see change. Because if you stay committed to it and follow it through, even if you fall off, it's okay. Just try your best to follow it through. If you can stay focused and committed, it's going to help you get to certain places faster. Because there's some people, they might be shocked. And they might look at your life and say, how did he or how did she get when they get somewhere so quickly? You built the business with not a whole lot of funding. You started the nonprofit with not a lot of support. And now they're looking at you 1 year, 2 years, 3 years down the road. And they see how far you've come without their help. And it's because you were dedicated and you stayed focused. And you worked your business, you worked your craft, you worked your art to get it to where it is today. You worked it to get it to where it is today. And you ought to be proud of yourself that you made it through another year and you have entered into a brand new year. So pat yourself on the back, give yourself some credit and say, you know what, I did it. No matter how hard it was, I did it. I'm here and I'm going to set my vision and I'm going to follow through with it step by step by step by step. And I believe that the key to success as it relates to anything is being consistent. Consistency is key. Consistency is key. We have to be consistent in whatever we want to go after. Because sometimes our minds could get clouded with thoughts of, this is not moving fast enough. That's not moving fast enough. Let me go and try to do something different. But then in all reality, sometimes you can find yourself in a place where you're just always starting over. And then you come to realize, hey, this is not really a good feeling. It's not really a good feeling. So let's try to be committed to being consistent this year. If we want to see major success, being consistent. Write your ideas down. Write down your visions. Write down the steps you're going to take. And even if you got to write down some affirmations or declarations of what you want your life to look like over the next 30 to 60 days, write it down. Write it down, speak it into existence, and say, you know what? This is what I want. This is what I'm going to go after. And these are the steps that I'm going to use to get the job done. Because when you have a vision, nobody can really understand that vision but you, who is the visionary. Nobody fully sees the whole thing like you are because you're the founder. And you got to stay committed to that vision, even in the lean times, even when you don't feel like going forth with that idea anymore, because you're looking for something to happen quick. Whenever you have a vision, sometimes whenever you have that success and rewards and all those things from that idea might not always come as fast as you want it, but that does not mean that you give up. That does not mean that you just push it to the side and say, I'm just going to do something else that's going to make me a whole lot of money quick. No, you have to stay committed to the vision. You have to see it through with little or no support. You have to see that thing through. If you want this year to be better, then you got to write down what you want to see. What are you trying to get done? You got to know what are you trying to get done, and not just that. You have to know also who is going to be riding with you in this new year. Because sometimes you have to check your circle and check your environment to make sure you got the right people who are going to support your vision and not talk you out of that vision. So check your circle, whether it be one or two people who got your back and you got the other 8 that are against you. It does not matter. Rock with those people who got your back and let the other people go. So let's change our words. Let's shift our verbiage. Let's speak life over ourselves and what we plan to get accomplished. Because, again, you can't expect everybody else or just anybody to speak life into you. You got to speak it into yourself. You got to speak it into your own life. That's what you have to do in order for you to see success. So I hope that this show has motivated you on today. Once again, Happy New Year to everybody. And I pray that you all have gotten some rest, that you all are refreshed and ready to conquer this year. All right, this is Brother D signing off for the night. Have a good one.